a few breaths up just to warm up our body and go up. Oops, keep going. Go up. Press up, inhale, and 2, and 1. Hi, guys. And now when you're ready, grab your dynaband. So you can take a pretty tense dynaband. We're going to do 2 things at once. We're going to lift up our heels and we're going to pull our arms down. We're going to lift up our heels and we're going to pull our arms down. We're going to exhale as we go down with our arms, and as we lift our heels, each toe gets equal weight. Pull, exhale, pull, and up. Now the lower legs are warming up. Your balance muscles are warming up, so around the ankles, the knees, the hips. Let your abdominals right around the rib cage gently pull down so that your low back isn't getting any more lordotic or curved. Exhale as you pull your bands wide. Exhale as you pull your band wide. All right, let's take 3 more. 2, and notice how you can get a little higher sometimes after you warm up. So see if you can get higher. Good. Take that band behind your upper back. Your palms are up. Open up your feet. Now I'm going to do a couple things at once. So at first I'll just go a little slower. The palms are towards the sky. It's called supination. And we're pushing out the arms. Now pretend, so you're kind of wide like a sumo wrestler. Pretend that you're going to sit down in a chair, but then you change your mind, you stand back up. Your heels are heavy. Your knees track with your second toe. Your toes are so light that you can lift them. For example, right now I'm lifting them off the floor, just kind of making sure I'm in my heels. What that does is help facilitate the knees, facilitate that the knees aren't taking it, the glutes are. Now we're going to review the arm cue again. Try to lengthen your elbow. Good, Karen. Just adjust so everything in your body feels good. The muscles are working, but your knees feel great. Your ankles feel great. Now, if you're okay, everything looks good to me, I want to just speed it up a tiny bit, not huge, but a little bit more oomph. Now the heart rate may be going up a little, but the neck is long, the breathing is fluid. And exhale, let's take 2 more. The whole body is warming up. Nice, now take that little, take 2 feet underneath your dynaband, 2 heels. Bend the elbows, and when you do this, your palms are going to be facing forward unless that's not good for your wrist, and then you might like a hammer position where it's kind of like thumb up. But see what works for you. You still have long knees, but they're soft. It's almost like a marshmallows in your knee. They're not going backwards. So if you hyperextend, if your joints go backwards, you're not letting that happen here. Your exhale can pull your hands up towards your shoulders. And notice if you slow it down on the way down, it's more work, which is good, more challenge. You can check your neck every now and then. If you just sort of nod or shake, your head should move freely. It shouldn't be stiff. These are carrying muscles, like carrying big bags of dog food. So pull, or 3, 2, and 1. And now we're going to take one of my favorites for function is triceps. One hand goes behind you and one hand goes low. And push up with your elbow lengthening. Now, if you can, I'm going to add on something. You can lift your heels. If that disturbs your form and it's too much, or you hold your breath, then don't do it. But if you can, add it on. It'll be good for our brain to add the coordination. Try to lengthen your elbow as you do this. Try to keep the knees long but soft. Try to go high. Good. 14. Good. I like how your neck's not active. 15, but your tricep is. If it's getting too hard, just give yourself a little slack and finish out the set. And 8. Good. And 19. We got, whoops, one more. I tried to balance and it went too fast. So take this one. That'll happen sometimes. Right arm here. Now we're going to push up. At first, you just lengthen your elbow, but as you're ready, good, Michelle, you add on the up. Make adjustments so that you feel like you'll have a challenge at the end of the repetition and the end of the set. 5. So it's hard to lengthen your elbow, but you're able to do it. 6. 7. The way you adjust is more band or less band. 8. Good. I like a little pause at the top to try to balance. 10. Try 10 more. Good. 11. So if it's getting too hard, give yourself a little bit of slack in the band. 12. 13. 14. That arm's probably starting to burn. We're trying to go to 20. So the last 5 are probably going to feel fatigued. Last 5. Last 4. Last 3. Ribs are pulling down. 2. And exhale. Now this time, take your band, palms up, behind your bands behind your back. I like to catch a little bit of extra band so it's not hitting me. And then your squat, instead of being such a sumo, is going to be more normal. So at first, let me just give you the arms. Pretend that you're breaststroking out to in. Now exhale, it's kind of like a horizontal circle to the floor. This is 4. Now, if you can add on, sit and 5, and sit and 6, and 7. Your chest is still facing me. 8. So what you're not doing is this. You're bending your hips back. Pretend like someone's pulling a chair out and you're trying to chase it with your glutes. So you're not doing this, you're doing that. Good. Now switch your arms. So what I'll do is just break it narrow to wide and then add on the heel heavy glute. Neck is easy. Neck is soft. So the way to make it harder is grab more band. The way to make it easier is grab less band, like give yourself more slack. When you squat, if there's any tension in your neck from looking up at your computer or your iPad, just barely tuck the chin so you don't have any tension in your neck. Everyone's knees looks like they're tracking with their second toe. That's what I'm looking for. Good, Karen, make the squat work for you. And then out. Nice. Now I'm going to get a different band for a little bit lighter because this is going to be a long lever. So your deltoid is going to be our next muscle group. Heels on. Now open up to the side and out. Now when you do this, your shoulder muscle is doing this, not your neck. So if I touch, it's not my neck, it's my shoulder. 8. I'm neutral. 9. Going up to about shoulder height. 10. Keep going. 11. 12. Now I can see my hand. It's not drifting behind me. It's in a safe scapular plane. And breathing. 17. 18, 19, 20. Go to the other. All right, you see your hand. It's not drifting behind you. It's in your vision. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now, if it's not hard enough, 10, you step on it more, get it shorter. If it's too hard, you give yourself more slack or more length. This is 14, 15. I like to check in right here. Yep, 16, just to make sure. For me, there needs to be a little tone or I get lordotic. So right here, you should have a little tone. Nice job. Let that go and then get your heavier band again. You're doing great. You're going to step on that heavier band with 2 heels. The reason we're doing a heavier band is because you're now bending your elbow. Good, Karen. Grab a sip when you need it. I forgot to cue that. Grab a sip. Now you're going to step on the band with 2 heels. Let your elbows go out like a lateral raise. Now notice my wrists, they're in line with the forearm. I'm not forcing them vertical. So let your wrists kind of go along so they don't hurt. Yep, your elbows are going to be higher than your wrist and your shoulder is working. Your neck is easy. You'll see I do this little head movement. It's just a way to cue that your neck shouldn't be part of it. You're not lifting your shoulder blades. You're just lifting the elbows. Good, up, knee soft. Good. Make sure your wrists feel good, Miss Michelle. Nothing should hurt the joints. We really try to do things that are high benefit, low risk. But by getting mobility, getting movement and synovial fluid will be the WD-40 of your joints. It's the lubricant. By moving those joints, you help them out. All right, try 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Now we're going to take a weight for bicep curls. So probably a heavier weight, 5 to 8. Now it's okay if you don't have a weight that exactly suits, because you can just do fewer or you can do more as long as your shoulder blades are down the back, your wrists are neutral, your knees are soft. You can do hammer. Nice, Michelle. Good way to, I like the way you're adding your own flavor to make sure that this works for you. 10 more. And notice gravity would take your arms down quickly, but you're controlling it. You're not letting the weight just flail down. Love it. 13, 14, 15, 16. Now keep your shoulders down the back. They're not poking forward. 17, 18, 19, and 20. Okay, now keep your weights down, right about beside your hips. Get ready, go up with your heels. Go up. So yeah, you've got them, Jean. We're adding weight. So whatever your body weight is, now we're adding that extra pounds in your hands, so your calves are having to do a little bit more. Good, up. Now find a comfortable squat position, and you can also pick up a suitcase with your hands. Basically, you're pretending that this weight is a suitcase. And just another modification for this, if you actually have a chair in your room or can get one, you could actually put it behind you and your thighs just touch it. That's a kind of a way to make sure, one, if you bite off more than you can chew, you just end up in the chair and no big deal. The other is it makes sure that you're not pushing your knees forward, that you're actually getting your booty back. If you can feel that chair behind your glutes, that's a good little tactile cue. Okay, guys, now we're adding on. So you're going to take your elbows out, elbows out, elbows out, up and out. Good. Make sure that feels good, Miss Michelle. 5 on your wrist. Neck is easy. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now we didn't put the weights down between all this, so your arms have been working the whole time. And take 5 more here. Now for a moment, take your weights down and take your interlaced finger position behind your back. Challenge, take a foot up and hold. Good. Challenge, take the other foot up and hold. You're still stretching your shoulders. And then relax with a knocking on the door of life qigong move. Anytime you cross your arms across the midline, you're helping to calm the right and left side of your brain too. So this is a great nervous system calmer. Woo! Now we're gonna grab a hand weight that will let you do this out to the side. So it could be a little lighter than your bicep one. It could be a 5, maybe a 4, maybe 3 to 6 pounds, somewhere in there. You can always change the weight. So let's say you go out and you realize, ooh, I'm only gonna be able to do 5 of these. Then you can do 5 and then you get your other weight. So no problem. You just get creative. 5 and 6, 7. Now again, we're not going higher than shoulders just because we're trying to be high benefit, low risk. So we're trying to do the safest way to get a good benefit but not hurt the joint. So you can, I want you to make sure, can you still see your weight? It's not drifting behind you. It's in your scapular plane. It's to the side but slightly in front. Knees soft. And shoulders are so important for us. I want you to feel how your wrists are neutral. That's one of the top 3 places that fractures happen. So from osteo, so we're not going to do it here. We're going to stay strong. Take 2, take 1. Now for a moment, take your weights down. And can you take a prayer pose behind you? If not, just take interlaced finger position and hold. And again, take a balance pose. 10. Option 9. So I've got my leg in tree, for example. You could just rest it on your foot if you need. Breathe in. That a girl, Michelle. And then try the other one. Try balance pose. What we're doing is strengthening our glutes and strengthening our confidence with balance. But feel your ankle, knee, hip. When you hike, you can feel those muscles balancing you. When you're on the beach walking, you can feel those muscles working. That's what we're doing. Let it down and do another qigong move, knocking on the door of life. We're going to be doing a overhead press this time. So you're going to want a weight that you can do this to. So it may be like a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Your hands are here. But again, exhale, push. Remember, it's always okay to change weights in the middle and just grab another one because it's better than doing nothing. And it's a way to keep the muscles challenged with good form. So you exhale, you push, you have a little ab tone. Another way to modify would be to sit down in a chair with the backrest even, or to sit down, because you feel how your abs have to help you so you don't wobble backwards. Shoulders, neck is easy. You're not lifting your shoulder blades, just your arms. Good, up. Good, feel your abs pull in. Now 5 more. If it's getting too hard, grab a lighter hand weight on each hand and finish out, or put 2 hands on 1 hand weight. That's another way to get it. 3 more. 2 more, good strong champion thoughts. Exhale, 1 more. Now lower that down. Taking your finger on something, wrap 1 foot behind the other and go up 10 times with the calf raise on a single leg. So single calf raises, do 10 with your hips level. So when you've done 10, go 10 to the other side. Single calf raise. The modification would be do both feet. Good, Jean. Now, when you've done 10 and 10, grab either 2 weights that will let you do a tricep press like this, or, which I call shave the back of the head, or grab 1 heavier weight. So you could put 2 weights together like a 5 and a 5, or you could do a 110-pound weight, and you can push up. Now pretend you're shaving the back of your head. and feel your abdominals pull down the ribs. The way to modify can be to sit down in a chair. Try to keep the elbows pretty high. So the arms bend, but the elbows stay high. The elbows aren't walking out to the sides of the room or drifting. If it's getting hard for you, get rid of one of your weights and just do one weight and keep going. Triceps are super important for catching ourselves. If one were to fall, most people put their hand out and what catches them is the tricep. So if the triceps weak, that's when people land on their hip. So we want strong triceps. All right, let's get rid of these rascals. Let them down. And take cow face like this. So good, Karen. Good. Hold this and hold this for just a moment. All right, inhale. Good, Jean, that's wonderful. Isn't it nice when you can finally touch? And then it's much easier to feel hopeful when your fingers touch. So this is a quickly diminishing skill set. So I'd like to keep this one in our repertoire. I'm just going to share with you real quick have a lady who's 81 birthdays today, and I just trained her before y'all, and she did 3 1-minute planks, 3 separate 1-minute planks. So 4 years ago, she couldn't do anything, very weak. I just want to brag on her because it's inspiring to know that with training, you get better. So you're going to have a seat and do a band pull. So this is heavyweight, heavier than this. So if you have a purple, that's a great one. A blue's a nice one. Wrap your band. Another trick is to two bands, pull. Now notice it's like you're tall as you can be. You bend your elbows and you exhale and you pull your arms past your ribs. Betty, your posture looks great. Sometimes I get just a really good view of you guys because we're all, we're doing different angles, but when I get a side view, I can see what's going on. And what I'm looking for, keep going, is that in general, your ear is over your shoulder, not forward head. So that's really nice. Your shoulder is over your hip and the middle of your rib is, so it's hip, middle rib, shoulder, and ear. Jawline parallel to the floor. That's a good looking posture. 5, 4, good. Looking good. 3, 2, and 1. Now add on, we're going to rotate right and pull. Now you're going to rotate left and pull and rotate right and pull and exhale and exhale and exhale. Now you're just going to notice, am I rotating about the same to one side as the other? And if you can add more conscious thought, go for it and make the rotations more even. Rotation is really important to help keep our body upright and not let it get folded over. Okay, 1 more each. Now let that go, guys. And take your inhale to go up with one arm. This is called the rack. Breathe, inhale up, hands back, lift your heart, elbows soft. Now, even though you're lifting up your heart, I don't want you to toss your head back so that your neck hurts. There's probably a gaze at your toes, but your heart's lifting up. Breathe it into the heart, breathe into the chest. Inhale. Now this one is more for hands, so just hold hands with yourself and massage your hands one way, let's say 5 times, and then massage them the other way 5 times. Good, that should feel great. It's more like a lubrication exercise for your carpals, those little pebbles in your wrist. You're gonna take a band, there it is, around your feet. Now, I'm gonna have us do, I'm gonna turn to you, a wide T, a wide T. You got it. This is another great place to practice your posture muscles. They're endurance muscles. Have you ever noticed at the end of the day is when you're more likely to slouch? So these are endurance muscles. So we're trying to stay upright while we do the exercise of pulling our arms out. If it's hard to stay upright, you can sit on a pillow. That sometimes helps get the back more neutral. All right, guys, lower the hands, and I'm actually turning my pinky side towards the wall behind me. I'm just above the floor. I'm just above the floor. Check your neck. All right, take 5, 4, 3, 2. Can we sneak in a set of biceps? I think we can. If you would like, bend your elbows and straighten them like this. But if you need it harder, grab more band. Or if you would like a bicep curl plus an ab crunch, you can lean back. Generally, that's contraindicated if you have osteoporosis. So if you have osteoporosis in your lumbar spine, stay upright. If you do not, you can come back. Probably you're looking at your toes because that'll keep your neck in a safe place. Give me 5 more, guys. 4, 3, 2, and then let that go. Woo! Come on up. Ah, good. Come on up, good. And then take an inhale, and then exhale, open and rotate. Now you're gonna be looking over there, or you can close your eyes. Your upper back is your stretch. Breathe in and open up, and exhale, go to the other side. And then bring your hands to your heart and just take a moment. So let your eyes soften or close. And I just want you to give appreciation to your body for all it did, and give appreciation to your mind for all it did and does, and your spirit. And today our intention is going to be that we're going to notice the words that we use about ourselves and others. I hear a lot of people speaking ill of their body, like I'm falling apart, or these things like that. And we really want to use words that uplift and celebrate this beautiful miracle that we are and that others are. So I would just like to suggest that today our intention is to use only words that are uplifting of ourselves, of other people, and continue to appreciate this miracle of life. With so much appreciation, thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful day. Thank you so much. Bye. Happy Tuesday.